Hi everybody, Mark here from PondAlgaeSolutions.com, and in this week's pond tip I want to provide a couple resources for you that you can use to help you clearly identify the type of plant growth that you might have in your pond. This is important, I believe, because depending on what you actually have, whether it's algae or a aquatic weed, a pond weed, could be underwater grasses, many people, particularly those with large ponds, and I would say that this video pertains mostly to large pond owners, although small pond owners can benefit as well by identification. But for large pond owners, identifying what you have is really critical to deciding what type of treatment options will exist and which ones will be most effective. We hear quite often of pond owners using a various array of chemical applications to try to kill something in their pond, and they don't meet with much success. They may end up with problems with fish. Some products, some herbicides and chemicals are toxic to fish. You need to understand that as well. But one of the biggest problems that we see is people waste a lot of money. They use way too many chemicals in their pond, in the environment, and they do so because they aren't really sure what they have in the pond, but they want to try to kill it anyway. And so the resources that we're going to talk about today are two websites that will help you determine very specifically and precisely what it is that you have in your pond, so you can direct your treatment to that very specifically, and you'll get a lot better results when you do that. The first one is from the University of Florida. This is the Center for Aquatic and Invasive Plants, and it's a great website. You can see through the navigation on the left that you can search these either by common name. You can use the standard search box, or through the navigation you can use the scientific name, common name, or the plant type. And here we're looking at the plant type category. And since algae is one of the more common things that we might talk about on this website, we'll go in there. And when we dig down deeper into the actual categorization, you'll see that it has a lot of useful information in terms of the type and location, where you're going to find it around Florida, as well as various parts of the U.S. It's very useful wherever you live. You don't have to live in Florida to use this resource. And one of the other things that I found very useful is the plant ID videos. And if we go down to, let's say, the Chara species, which is a commonly found type of algae, you'll see additional information here, but most importantly, once this loads up, you will see a short video clip here. Usually these run a minute to 3 minutes long, but they contain a lot of great information, very simple explanations in terms of what a plant will look like, how it will behave, and where you're going to find it most commonly. And so it's a great resource, and this video component I think is exceptional. So that's the first site I wanted to mention. The second one, and we do refer a lot of people to this site as well, is called Aquaplant, and this is from the Department of Wildlife and Fisheries Sciences, Texas A&M University. And again, even though this is based in Texas, you'll find that it has good reference material for anywhere in the U.S. for the most part. And again, you can click on the plant identification link here, or you can go to the top links and just search through here where most of the common plants will be covered. If we stay with the topic of Chara, you'll see that it will provide a very clear and distinctive photograph. There are other photos available here too. It will go through and explain, more about the plant. Diagrams often are available too, and then it will also talk about management options and ways that you can deal with this. And one point I will make here, again, this is primarily directed at large ponds. Small pond owners may find a use in identifying the type of plants that they have in their pond. That can be useful, but you certainly won't use the same treatments. You wouldn't use herbicides or algicides in the same way that you would in a large pond, particularly small ponds with fish. You simply want to stay away from that stuff. So take that for what it is, and you can still use these services as a way to help identify what you have. But generally, we would target this work mostly for large ponds and large pond owners. But I hope this information helps. Use these resources before you ever decide to treat a particular problem in your pond. Identify what you have, and then do as much research beforehand as you can before you ever put anything chemical in the pond or decide to do so, and you'll have, one, a lot better results. You may use a lot less of the chemical to get the job done. I know you'll spend a lot less money rather than just trying to test and hope that things clear up. And so these two great resources, I think, will help people quite a bit down the road. Hope you find it useful. We'll talk to you again soon, and be sure to enjoy your pond.